ballroom scene is Sarah's fantasy, and so I wanted it to have sort of a dream, trance-like quality. And that's what I asked Cheryl McFadden to convey in the choreography.
So what has to happen is, Douglas, that you can't leave until Graham, you see him getting closer, yeah.
It was probably the most free time for me in terms of just exploring my own ideas and working with people and trying to come up with a style for that sequence.
This is just about the only crowd scene in the movie where there are only people. There are no puppets there. So it was pretty straightforward to shoot, and we all had a lot of fun doing it.
Take it very slowly. A little bit more room.
I'm awful at ballroom dancing. I've never done it before. I've never been to a ball. So I had to take lessons for that. I felt so strange because the rest of the people in the ballroom were all sort of professional dancers and everything, and here I was, this kid who's never danced before in her life.
The ballroom really was meant to be within a bubble, and we felt we really couldn't cope with just inside a bubble, because how do you build the inside of a bubble, as it were, practically? We've got to be practical after all. So rather than build a straightforward ballroom, I tried to put together the essences of a ballroom. That's to say, a ballroom to me means columns, and so we didn't have columns, we had huge caps. It means chandeliers, so we devised masses of chandeliers, and there was mirrors, so you saw mirrors and reflections of mirrors in mirrors and things like that. And the general costumes, which Brian Fowler designed, were, I would say, vaguely 18th century Venetian ball type things with distorted masks and things like that. And the people in the ballroom were meant to be vaguely depraved, as it were.
I found designing costumes for a bubble an interesting problem. And I decided that a bubble was actually like a marquee or a tent, that everybody was in fact at some sort of garden party, that they were the gentry dressing up, and they were playing at being goblins. And I tried to reflect that in the masks I designed. Although they have this Venetian influence, they're actually supposed to be parodies of the goblins themselves. I wanted everything much larger than life, as it was a fantasy.
Turn over. Speed. And playback.
We were trying to create a kind of an adult world. You know, the cast are real people here. Sarah is still a child, and she's walking into a very adult situation where she knows she's too young to be there. It's something that's attractive to her, and it's also repellent.
Deep in your eyes, I kind of held you. Open and closed within your eyes. I'll place the sky within your eyes. There's such a fool heart beating so fast in search of new dreams. A love that will last within your heart. I'll place the moon within your heart. As the pain sweeps through, makes no sense for you. Every feel has gone, wasn't too much fun. Oh, but I'll be there for you. As the world falls down.
I loved shooting it myself. It was a fun kind of thing to try to weave together.
I think we got it. Lovely.
Work-wise, weather-wise, it's too hot.